My family and I have gone through a major life transition this week. Our matriarch did not die. We didn't have a wedding or a birth. We sold our 15-passenger van. We have owned a 15-passenger van as our family vehicle for 23 years. Before this van, we had a 7-passenger caravan, and for 9 months, 8 people rode in that 7-passenger van. You see that we needed a 15-passenger van. It turns out this was our third, and this was harder for me than I thought. Please bear with me as I share a couple of memories so that you can help me through this transition. One of our sons attended West Point Academy. He enlisted in the Army. All of a sudden, he's at West Point. And our family vacation that year was Parents' Weekend in October to go to West Point, way over in New York. We put new tires on this van, and I had our mechanic, Steve, look it over. It's good to go. We get into the van, and we're driving. And about 3 hours down the road, people started to get nauseous. Some even threw up. It was most amazing. We drove through the night, of course, and there was a brief respite during that time. We had a wonderful time at West Point. It was just the most amazing thing, historical, incredible. I had the van checked at 3 different places. Nobody could figure out why. We had a similar phenomena on the way home, and when we arrived home, we were so grateful for the good time, and the nausea had ended. The tire salesman figured out that the tire pressure was too high, and the van was vibrating in a way that it shouldn't. But think of the family character that built, the memories that we have because of that glorious time. The second thing was we have a child who lives in Florida with our grandson. And we stopped in a place called Tifton, Georgia. This is where he was born. We reminisced about this, got back in the van, and it wouldn't start. I made 2 calls, one to a tow truck and the other to my West Point son, because he's a good consultant. And he said to me, I wish I was with you, because you and Mom always turn that into a wonderful occasion instead of a kerfuffle. The truck arrives, and it's not a tow truck, it's a flatbed truck. And the driver says, get in the van. We get in the van, and he pulls us up on that flatbed truck. We're in a parade. We got the windows up, and we're waving, and we're having a great time. And because the alternator had gone out, we got to spend the night in a motel, which means swimming pool, Gilligan's Island's reruns, and the continental breakfast. It doubled our budget for that particular trip. But we had an amazing time. Can you understand why it was hard for me to let go of this amazing thing? Thank you so much for bearing with me, and we will move on from this transition. Madam Toastmaster.